I have saves from my first, well, maybe not the first. I had my first save playthrough deconstructed, and I also have probably my third playthrough. I was going through and updating it. That was a while ago. We may return to that one day. Who knows? Who knows? What I do know is we're doing Turbofuel. That's on Minecraft, okay. But right now on a 1.014 in the alpha stage. Okay. So you're going through and doing all the updates, all the Minecraft updates, eh? I want to do... Right, so that, and that. I was thinking, oh, actually, if I did that, I want to put some of these supports in to make these look realistic. I missed what you said, the ads popped up. Yeah, right. That's all right. Yeah, you're doing the Minecraft, all of them. That's good. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So that'll be... So that's... I'll do that one to there. I might as well do all of it. And that one there. I did do an all updates before, but never finished it, and I didn't know of the alpha stage. Right. I played alpha. I bought Minecraft for like, I think it was $7. Early alpha. Before Redstone was added to the game. Probably played 200 or 300 hours. But I really haven't gone back for quite a long time. There. So this is all just for aesthetic looking purposes. I started close to the water update, at least on PC. I don't know when I started on console. Okay. And now these ones, I'm going to do one like that, I think. And the same with this one. Oh, this, yeah. So I'll do the same on the other floor. I'm going to match that. That's the next floor up then. Yep. And then, so that was, I think it was here. Yep. Hold on, is that? I'll sort it out. I didn't think it'd reach. I think I screwed myself. When I did go live, I tried tabbing, but my system doesn't like that. Okay. Sorry, I've lost what you're talking about. Tabbing. Putting me in another browser tab. Oh, okay. Pretty much working. Yeah, that's fine. That's not a problem. Appreciate the lurk. Alright, so there's one here. This one. Went a bit too far with that one. When do you usually get more talkers? I'll be honest, Franken. I have a very unusually quiet chat at times. There's a lot of lurkers here. It's a very chilled stream, and it's one of the reasons I think is I don't have music, and that makes it easy for lots of people to have multiple streams on at the same time. And then, like McNaught says, then sometimes it goes off and Glad drops a lurking in. That's exactly it. That's what goes on. You just curious? It's not a problem at all. It's not a negative thing. It's a great question to have. I used to stream full time, and then probably trying to think. Then I stopped streaming for a while. I had some life stuff go on, and I decided to take a break for 2 years. So that all happened, and I probably lost a lot of regulars. And when I've come back for the 1.0 release, I've got a percentage of those regulars coming back, which is great. But also there's a percentage of people that, unfortunately, you could say you've broken their trust in disappearing. But that's just part of it. So it can be a confusing to see someone that's got a Twitch partner status and not have a lot of viewers in the Twitch partner type of category, you could say. But that's more just a side effect of me sort of disbanding for a while, you could say. McNaught, I actually really like the music. It makes it very good to follow what you're doing while playing myself. No music, yeah. You actually like the no music. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's one of those things. I used to have music all the time. And then, because I used to use Pretzel Rocks as my music platform. And then something happened and it no longer worked. And so I didn't have music for a couple of days, and then a couple of days turned into a couple of weeks, and then I really liked it. It's quite interesting. Alright, so I reckon I need to put my how do I do that? Yeah, I need my ceiling conveyor I know how to do this. Okay, so there's a little bit of a trick I've done in the past. And we put bear with me. I sort of have to reinvent the wheel here. Let's do it here. And another one. And then let's get a wall, right? Hold the wall. And it needs to be there. And then I'm going to put a conveyor wall hole, a pipeline wall hole there. I'm going to put my lizard doggo statue up here. But that's one of the things you've got to learn when you stream too, is even if no one's talking, you've got to be the one doing the talking. Just keep talking like there are people there. And that will that keeps people entertained. Now, I like that there. I'm kind of thinking I might be able to get away with this here. I don't like the ceiling conveyor supports, especially when they're not stackable. So this is kind of a technique I use. Now I think that's not the technique, that's me misclicking. I think that's too far. So I reckon it's the next one along. I don't know why I deleted the other one. It would have been helpful right about now. Alright, so I want that there. This will all make sense in a minute. I hope it will. That's going to go to there. Alright, that's my vertical. And then I'm going to quickly temporary delete that. Copy that. And then put that like that. And then if I just do this with these, this will make it look like. And now I can do man, I wish the wall holes were the floor hole. I'm going to do that to there, and that's going to go to there. That's actually a good idea, but I need to get past the first coal power plant. I keep quitting the game. Once you get onto coal, it makes a huge difference. It really does. Okay, so now I should be able to do I shouldn't even need that. I should just be able to go like this. Yeah. But I still feel like I want to do that. If I keep quitting, not really. Yes. Get past that hurdle of coal power, and you will enjoy it a lot more. There we go, and that. No, because then that angles it. What if I did this? No, I can't do that either. I think I'll put it like this. Yeah, and we'll just pretend it's supported. I think that's alright. I keep saying I hate the beginning, but what do? I quit anyways. You know what? I really love the beginning of the game. That first, there's so many things you can do, so many unlocks. It's a real, I really love that challenge at the beginning of the game. Call me crazy. Okay, so that's crude oil. I'm going to use, okay, so I did it here. I do have a template. I've done this before. I forgot it's these ones here. I've got a few of them, like I've got that one, I've got that one. Oh, these do work from the ceiling. If I do... That's what I did, yeah. But I can use that one and delete what I don't need. Gonna have to change that power, I think. Well, you'll finish the game, probably, but I never have. No. Meza, I got 2 heavy boxes from Ubiquity. Ooh, some networking equipment. Sounds very exciting, Meza. I reckon the other one would go here. Yeah, we need to change this power. Why do I have a Mark II to there, but not... I don't know why. I'll worry about that later. Okay, so all of these are at that. Oh yeah, because I didn't want to pipe. Yeah, so you're not correct. There's my straight. How much power does this produce? This one we're working on, this Turbofuel, will be, it's not a lot, 2,222.22222222 megawatts. And then later we'll make some more. We do the diluted version, and that'll make another 4,000. But I'm going to sloop this as well, so it'll actually double to 4444444444. Just a modest amount. I'm not trying to do a mega turbo fuel build. I put that in the wrong spot. I'm trying to do a playthrough where I show people you don't have to do everything crazy. You can just stage it and do it as you go. Alright. So now there'll be... I'm going to bring in two. Oh, I've got room for one. Maybe two. I do have room for a... How much would another one take? So that goes to there. I don't know. You remind me though to open my notes. Excellent. No, that's... Oh no, that's a build piece that'll disappear. But there's no way that'll connect, but that'll connect. Ooh. I mean, that's... I'm still up for that. Where'd my train stop? It just rolled all the way over there, did it? Oh yeah, it made it. Alright. Now... I'm going to do another one of these. Oh, another two. I did that the other day. I had the wrong way around. Alright, so there's going to be one. Oops. You use obsidian. Ah, yeah, I have seen that before. It's hard to see if I've got it right or not. No, it's got to be there. I'm sure of it. So that one will go there. And that'll go there like that. Yeah, I used to like one called Genie. That was a one that worked in Windows and Linux, but there were a few things about it that annoyed me, and then I wasn't using Linux as much, so I didn't bother with it. you like it, you can have two different types of notes, like paint plus word, all in one plus other notes, because Satisfactory isn't my only notes in it. Yeah. Yeah, I have a few different things I do. Alright, so that's to there, that's to there. I want... whatever you use, it makes things a lot easier if you do make notes. Got that one there, and I reckon I need... there as well. This one not so... actually, nah. I'm not going to worry about that one. I think that's okay. Now, I'm going to put... I'm really... I want to go up. Am I on? No. I want to join these two pipes and then go up. So I reckon, yeah, I'm gonna, and I'll need one pump there. I'm gonna just leave one and one, and then ads go every time it comes around. It was 3, now it's 4. Oh, sorry to hear. I think if I put I want I might be able to do if I had a that one, I reckon, and I had it there. If it ever does 40 and you're not sticking around, well, 1 minute 30 seconds is the most amount of ads it should generate. So that's all I can guarantee you. Outside of that, I don't know what I can do. Got to keep the, I've got to pay for my bills, unfortunately. Starlink and those bills aren't cheap. sec. That's what I want. And then that one's there. What about if I got that to there be alright? Maybe. Alright, I like that. Would it be... What if I did that? That looks better. I did that there. This is the only one that annoys me. Oh, what about... a nice curve there would actually be better. Like that. Yeah, that one works better. And then I'm still gonna have some of these for support. But that's not where they need to be. Alright, that looks better. Kind of. There. Or what's going on there? That was... Is it the way the pipe's connected? Because this would be the same as that. No, it's not. It's different. The hole's the same, but the support's different. I may have to redo that twice. Yeah, I'll just redo that. Or even this one. Should at least give me the... That's the same. I think it's better, but anyway. Hola, the Hobbits. Where do you get the vertical pipe hanging? Shop? Well, would you believe it? Nowhere. In my blueprints. So the way I make them is you get some ceiling mounts. Get yourself a wall. Get yourself your pipeline wall holes. I don't like putting it at the very top one because it's a bit crap the way it clips into the roof. And there you have vertical pipes. So what you do then, you create those in the blueprint, but what you could do, there's a couple of different ways you could do it. See, I've got 3. I've got one there as 3. So that I also have one that's a single one. I've got, these ones are better because these are a bit different, but they'll go in some longer ones, not that one. I've got a wall with them in it. And then I've just got the holes in those positions. So if you had like, I don't have any good examples. Over there you've got, I could set them in that position over there in those. It's a little bit of fiddling around, but I don't like the ones that come in the game because they're not stackable and they don't line up with these brackets. So it's a good little blueprint to have. I'm going to make that all of that Mark II. Alright, now that I've absolutely decimated this, Okay, so I've got that. I think it might be okay. Now it's to the next one up. I nearly deleted something I shouldn't have. And that one. Right, that'll be my oil coming in. Get rid of these ones. So it looks tidier now. And I think I need a... Alright, they're going to give me 20 meters. So 20 meters is going to be... That's not supposed to go there. Yeah, I reckon 20 meters there, so... If I go... That's 20 meters there. So I'm gonna put a Mark II pump. Probably... That's actually, I think, that is actually snapping where it's supposed to go. Look, it's telling me. Alright, I'll accept that. That was easier than I thought. I didn't think it'd travel through the wall hole, the floor hole, but it did. Also, I set up my coal plant yesterday, the hobbyists, and I have a question about setting up the water supply. Is it possible to show you somehow? I'm joined to Discord. There's a Smirkin channel in the Discord, Smirkin 5000, and you can put any screenshots in there. That's not a problem at all, and I can bring them up. There's a photo in there of Gazalanch with his blueprint designer with an invisible Invisible blueprint designer bench. That's where you can chuck them in that channel there. That's fine. And I'll bring them up and we'll have a chat. Now, I wanted that there, but I didn't put the... I wanted to rotate the power. Alright, no worries. Take a few screenshots, absolutely. Probably going to put it to there. Now, wow, that's a weird trippy bub. Who's tripping out with me? Okay, that goes to B. Alright, I reckon I'll be okay if I connect to that one. And then cool. So all I've got to do now is add some oil over there. And then it should flow in and start working. I may have to put... Oh no, well, we'll go do that. I've still got to run it up higher. Oh, yesterday I discovered that the horn Easter egg still exists. I only got a brief whistle of it. And you know what that means, Mezza? I can hear you shaking your head now going, don't do it. I'm going to be honking a lot. Full honks too. I want to get a full one. And I haven't even started on trains yet. I was just tapping the button away without a care in the world. And it went, and I was like, but I let go. But I clipped it. I had people telling me it didn't exist anymore. But it's there. It's there. We're going to bring in another 600 oil into 2 more carriages. 2 more stations and then we're done, I think. Geez, that was really buggy there. Oh, I didn't choose the other ones as unload. I'll do that later. Alright, I'm going to build this again. 2 more times. It doesn't take long. We, what do we... Yep, it's there. So there's one. I think that's right. Yep. And then there's a second one. That's not what I meant. Alright. Now, did I have to... I did, because of the... And then it was... Wandering Silence, howdy, Mr. Smoke, and hope you and Randy doing well. Hope we are. Thank you very much, Wandering Silence. I'm just chilling, doing our thing. How about yourself? What's going on in your world? That's to there, so then there would be this one. Just working for another 40 years till I retire. Oh well. Living the dream then. I think that's... Is that the phrase everyone uses? Living the dream? Do this, then I think I tell you what I can't stand. There's a catchphrase people use I can't stand. Are you winning? Oh, don't like it. I don't like that one. Used to get asked that in my last job all the time. Are you winning? Are you winning? Mate, all I do is do freight receival and stuff like that. It's pretty hard to lose. Call me grumpy. I suppose even nightmares are called dreams. Alright, so that... go like that. and then that. Should be what I want. And then, right. So it's 2. Oh, everything's got the swatch because of the copying. Yes. Even you've got it. Nice. So, there should be oil here. There's one there, and there's one here. Where's the... It's there. Fine. How do you find the half foundation clip align funny? Do you find that, yeah, it does, yeah, I do. That's why I was spending so much time looking at it, because it overlaps one way, in one direction and different on the other. Yeah. So I always try and get them the way they're supposed to look, so to speak. And then, yeah, like here, lining up to a full one. It's bizarre, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. Thought it was just you? Oh, that could be. I wasn't going to say anything, but now you mention it. Oh, I can't get that deep. Are you supposed to get that? The surface is too uneven. And maybe it's this side. There we go. Beautiful. It's like it was meant to be. And then... do a bit of nudging and wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. That'd be 300.
Doesn't Smirkin know there's a mod for that?
Hey, Smorkin, there's a mod for that.
There's probably.
There's a mod for that.
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 And a mod for that.
You're not wrong. There probably is. So that would be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I went to here. It's a great clip, that one. Oh, beautiful. It's not going to clip the power wire. That is perfect. Just what I wanted. I'll go to here. I'm just going to put these all down one by one. That'll make it easier than stuffing around. By doing that though, they're all now the wrong colour. Just that one is. Everything else is okay. Can't have them being the wrong colour. Alright, so now I know the positioning. That power cable's going to be in the way there, so maybe do that. It's not going to click on that. Right. Don't know how I feel about that. Gaz, hello, welcome. No Bug, welcome. Hello, good to see you. Once you go caps, you can't go back, Gaz. So I'll do that one. Such a big effect. The leaves do it too. Oh no, but this bush will. Watch this one fall over. We'll get to use our homing ammo. Nice. Alright, hook this one up. I reckon here, and then that should be enough. Yep. That'll do it. I think it may be alright here. We might go with the curve. What's the curve going to look like? Terrible. Horizontal to vertical, it is. I'm going to use Mark 2 for this. What are you doing up in my concrete? Alright, so I'm going to do this. Get rid of that. Put a junction. And then I think What's it look like the other way? That looks better. That will go to there. Max, welcome. How are you today? Good to see you. Do that one again. So now one, 2, 3, 6, 7. Don't run away from me, lizard doggo. And I want to put some valves to stop backflow. Might put it just here. Nah. Rightio, and then power. I think yep, do that. Do this one to here. The stupid thing of this is there's birds flying everywhere. The power is at the back. It's very annoying. Alright. Today we're closer to 2050 than 2000, but still no flying cars and no hover skateboards. Back to the future, hey? Yeah, I never thought about it that way. We're closer to 2050 than we are to 2000. Tell you what though, there's quite a lot of effort to get flying cars a thing. I've seen a few videos. It's quite interesting. The only way you could have flying cars if they were automated and no one drove them, you know? Took the controls out of the idiot humans. That's my opinion on that one. Oh, so glad we've got vertical Zuhi, what's it now? Nudge. It would have been so hard to do that in the past. Let's just put that to what, 20, 30 meters. Probably. The government hasn't shared their anti-gravity propulsion yet. I'm there with you. Absolutely. That's 0 point energy is going to revolutionize the world. Everyone will have one in there at their house. You won't need big power plants. It'll just be a shared grid. It'll be free power. Government and share in the same sentence. When this become a comedy show, guys. Look, I've watched a lot of let's just say I've gone down some conspiracy holes. We have the gravity of government laws. And yeah, there's a lot that's quite interesting. But no one will make money from it, so they won't allow it. McNulty, you're exactly right. It'll have to be something where it gets released to the public, full plans, how to make it and everything, and there's no way to take it out of circulation, and then maybe then. But yeah. Why do these look janky? Oh my god, here comes a... Ghost train, that's right, Wandering Silence. It's getting some great thumbnails for Is that one doing a second load? No, there's something's weird's up. This is probably because I deleted a station. I was gonna make a note of that. Then I'll make some good thumbnail pictures. I got to make a note of the timestamps of that stuff so later I can find it when I'm doing my editing. McNult, you've been down some rabbit holes. There's some good ones out there. Absolutely. So we're getting 1,200 oil out now. We've fully sucked this place for all it's worth. Alright, we'll just let it load. And I'll get rid of this. I tell you what, people don't like the double-ended trains. This is operated flawlessly. This setup. I might force another dock operation. And I'll need to set the other end to unload. That's what I forgot to do. Guys, you know that picture of in Discord with the invisible control panel for the blueprint maker? Yes. It's happening again, but with a light control panel. That's a funny one, isn't it, Gaz? Alright, it's going to do another dock. This animation's out of sync. Still works and operates and can be selected, just can't be seen. So in one of the updates, I think it might have been update 4, you could sample the hub, different components, and build them elsewhere. So you could have your own milestone generator. You could add, I think, the biomass burners, and there was something else in the hub, the workbench or something. Yeah. This looks a bit funny. This does not look like it's connected, does it? We may have to move that along a bit. I shouldn't be standing there, actually. These pumps should start soon. There they go. Alright. Okay, that looks pretty good. Oh, yep, it's pumping. Now this is going to max out the head lift. We're going to have to put another one in. But it looks like we're getting, let's say, 24 meters. So that pipe along there is 24 meters. So there's another 20-ish meters, 27 meters maybe, if we're lucky. So, but it's good though. I'll have to put another one in, but it's good to know that I can get all the way over to here. So I think what we'll do is don't want it there. I think what I'll do is I'll bring it down to here. Where are we? Yeah. If I was to come, if I wanted it, it would be here. And there. And then I thought I just had 3 holes hanging. I've got 6 holes hanging. That's it there. Yeah, if I get rid of that and that one. That looks fine. I don't know if that's going to reach. Will it go around the corner? It will. I've just placed this wrong. I've placed both of them wrong. Get rid of that one. That's supposed to be there. And that's supposed to be there. That's better. That's got to come back on. That's not the right spot. That looks good. And then think. So this is all input side. I'm going to go up again. Yeah, alright, so let's aim for there. I think I meant there. This is out. I knew something didn't look right there. Okay, and then is that too close? I think it's okay. So this is the second one back. There we go, get a nice jump there. Boost. Muzzle boost. Okay, so there, I think this will be good if I get that one. It's in the wrong spot. That looks good. See, that one's different. I think the whole design of this has been a bit maybe wonky, you could say. Not ideal. But that will work. I'm definitely going to change how I do it the next time. The vertical stuff. These are so toxic, these Papa and more supports. They just throw everything out. That's how I feel. See, I don't understand that. Just... I'm going to fix those up in a minute while we're waiting for all this to pump up. Okay, so now, where does our pump say we should be? Are we up another floor? No, we've lost our... It's travelled so far, I think it's lost its... However, I know that we've still got 27 meters left. So let's go with... Yeah, so let's go from here. And we use our painted beam. So that's 27 meters there. And I'm just going to come back a little bit. So I reckon here would be sufficient. And I might put it there. This is actually going to need to be on a separate power grid. For power related stuff. I'm not going to do it now, but I would like to do it. Oh wow, even got everything lined up properly. So I wonder if I'm going to need it again. I will. At least it's marked it. Now it can be on these ones, the power grid for these will be fine. That might actually be fine as it is. Well, that's all my oil. Now these are just gonna back up because I haven't done the output yet. But we're working on it. Alright, and I've got that Discord photos there that have just showed up. Let's have a look. Not that one. Why are things so confusing? Okay, so you've just set up, you got for pumps, yellow pipes flow downwards and blue pipes flow upwards. I have a single pipe going up to the water tank and it's coming down and it attaches itself behind the extractor's outputs. In the first row, it's supposed to give it lift enough so they don't need any pumps, but the 3 blue pipes that go up the coal plants need 1 pump for the final head lift. Without that, the vertical pipe stays full, was unable to get to the top floor. And that's 3 pumps. So we're saying yellow pipes flow downwards and blue onwards. Yep, okay. So you've got a single pump going up to the water tank and it's coming down and it attaches itself behind the extractor's outputs. You've got so all these blue ones I'm going to be honest with you, I've never done water towers ever. And yeah, it's I get confused with it, and I know it's a feature of the game, but it feels cheaty to me, and it looks like it adds a lot more complexity. I think one thing that possibly is happening, I don't know 100%, but the pipeline floor holes, there may be a possibility that they're breaking the head lift. But if I understand correctly, with a water tower, I've not done it before, but just one. I could be. I've got your answer. I've got your answer. Hold on. The pipeline manual. Gaz, you're parking. No worries. Catch you next time. This is where you're going to get all your answers. This is made by Miguelian. He's been in here ages. He used to help me out a lot. He will be able to answer. There is, yeah. Does it talk about? It should talk about water towers here. He's got to pump it up. You got that song in my head now. But what I understand is that you should be able to send water up on just one pipe sends water up to your tower and it comes back down. And then if you attach it to your other ones, then they shouldn't need any head lift, any pumps. These are flow rate filters, priority junctions, head lift tricks. Here we are, water tower allows so the water comes down, so that water comes into here. Oh, so this is, if you put a valve here, and you set it to 0, so what he's saying here with this water tower, you could fill up that water tower you could just put an unpackager there and fill this up with water. There's a valve here set to 0, and now it's giving head lift to anything below it. That's crazy. Two-way pump allows fluids to move both up and down. So it allows head lift, but it doesn't prevent backflow. It works really well with the water tower as it still allows backflow during blackouts. So this here, I'm going to put a link to this in Discord. I don't know if I can... There. Where are we? Let's delete that. I'll go reply. All right. Needs a directional valve, same as in real water towers. Absolutely. I've never really gotten that far into fluids. Even though I've played so many hours of this game, I've just never gotten to that extent, you could say. Look at this. This is all going to fill up. That's an awesome manual. It is. It is made by a community member that was his passion. He just dove straight into how it all works, and that's just saved the community so much thinking. It's amazing. But that's a good thing, because that pump was all we needed. That's all working now. Nice. I'm pretty happy with that. So we've now made the plastic. The plastic is actually just going to be sunk. Not sunk, it's going to go into... I'm going to make canisters with it. And we're going to use those canisters for other byproduct purposes down the track. And then the heavy oil residue we're making, that's what's going to be sent over to our Turbofuel factory. And wherever we're going to build that. I haven't thought about that. I'll be back in one sec. Good plumbers are in Satisfactory. No Mario or Luigi here. That's right, Max. That's exactly right. So for the Turbofuel, I'll need to make 6 machines, and the diluted one will be another 10. That's a future build, but that's... And then there's some other ones. So in essence, 6, and then there's 10, and then there's... Oh, let's say that's 11, sorry. 11 plus 6 is 17, 18, 22. So I'm going to need 22 refineries for all my Turbofuel builds. And how many have I got down here? Let's count. Oh, that's perfect. So I'll just make another factory here, the same size as that one, and put all of those here. And then we'll bring the HOR back here. Excellent. All is glory, welcome. Good to see you. That's what we're going to do. So I've got a road here already. So this here is going to be the start. How big is it? $10, $11. Yep, 11. Oh, perfect. That's 11. And then we had... Alright, so we do have a road. We'll keep going that way. And then perfect. It took me a while to work it out. But if you just look at currently building foundation, and then as soon as you see X10, you know you're at maximum. Or I used to try and look at where it was going in the distance, and is that long enough? I think it's at maximum. But then I realised, look, there's the ghost train. I realised if you just pay attention to the number 10, then it's all good. You can do it much quicker. You can just spam to your heart's content. Alright, so this is the edge of the factory. And it's quieter when you pull it towards you, because the noise generates it where it starts. I just find it harder to make it all happen. Look, there's some bad guys down there. Start off with... Oh, there we go. I've chewed up all my concrete. I'll make it pretty quick, but wow. So I just want one more there. I'm definitely building a lot faster than I was, or building a lot more than I have been previously. Although I haven't been making buildings of this scale in one hit. Muted Artist, hello, welcome. Good to see you. And Rocksteady, welcome. How's things today? Right, that's going to be... Well, actually, here we go. Put one of those facing this way. And then we'll run the power. Oh, it's so close. Let's come back to about there. Oops, off the edge. Things are good today. Excellent. That's great to hear. How about myself? Yeah, look, pretty cruisy day. I had a training day at a where I work. They had had us all in a town theatre hall, listening to presenters talk about stuff. It was alright. Nearly fell asleep at one stage. Had nice food. Nothing to complain about. Do I like my job now? Yeah, well, I'm now working in... I've gone back to childcare. And... what could I say about it? Because I've gone back doing casual work. So I work for 2 different companies. Thursdays and Fridays I work for one company. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I'm casual for the other company. So I may get... Like this week was a full week. I worked for 3 days for them. But some weeks, if they don't have any work, then I get time to work on some videos, some content and stuff like that. And I'm liking that. I'm liking... It's like, oh, I can spend today working on that video that I've been planning, or, you know, even if I've got like an afternoon shift from 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock, it's only 5 hours. That means I get up in the morning when I normally get up, and I've still got a whole, a bunch of hours just to keep working on a video before I actually start work. So I do like that bit of it. And that was, I'll be honest, that was one of the reasons why I decided to change to casual. So I could earn some nice money doing casual rates. But when I didn't have any work, then, alright, I can focus on doing some, some more content creation stuff. Whatever that entails. It's good because I've already punched out a... Well, if you've been watching my current YouTube, which I've got a link here, I published a video the other day about my house I bought. And then 2 days later I published a video about what else? The server rack I installed. I've got a server rack in my house in a room. And then every second day for the next 2 weeks there's another video that expands on it more. Rocksteady, will you use these roads for automated truck transport? Yes and no. I have got truck transport in certain sections of the factory. If I have a need for transporting stuff around, then yes, I will move it with trucks. But a lot of goods are going to come, like stuff that's going to come further away is going to come underneath via trains, and then all the buildings are built the maximum distance you can have a conveyor belt. So whatever needs to go from one factory to the other gets conveyor belted. And there's already, I can show you that already. So you can see like there's copper sheet, there's cable, wire, more copper sheet, there's cable back there. If you look through this building to the next building, there's modular frames moving along. You can see plastic. Yeah. So your maximum length of conveyor belt is 7 foundations from outside edge to outside edge. That's 7 foundations. Without needing a support. So that's where this road actually works really well, because I've got like outside concrete. So this is where the conveyor belt would connect. So if I tried to connect that there, it won't let me connect it there because it's too far. But there, that's the exact length. So yeah. But yeah, I would like to, there is some, underneath where I am now, there's actually 3 iron nodes and I think 2 copper nodes. Right now I'm actually belting them underneath, but I would actually like to change that and have them come up in trucks, have stations down below, have them come up in trucks and actually transport that to the other, to where the factory is, because then the city's moving. It's alive. It looks interesting. And that will be done. I got a bit I tried. There's a balancing line between aesthetics and then actually progressing along. Because if you see up there, I still haven't sent phase 3 yet off yet. I haven't automated computers, heavy modular frames, and crystal oscillators. And they're all the next things I'm doing once I do this Turbofuel. Because I spent a bit of time implementing some of the 1.1 stuff. So that took a bit of time, and doing sort of this sort of stuff as you go. A bit of pre-laying out the next setup. So that's supposed to be concrete there. But once I finish building this, we're going to wrap up shortly. It's getting past my bedtime. I've got an early start tomorrow. But this is my central power network. So any building just connects off one of these, wherever it is. It also makes it a bit aesthetic. Does it go somewhere about here? There we go. That'll do it for today. All sorts of stuff going on. We need to put more supports down below too. I've been a bit lazy with that. It's on the to-do list. Oh, I can tidy this up here before we go. That was just me doing some measuring before. But these 20 plastic refineries, all the heavy oil residue in those is going to go over there to that new factory we're building, and that will be making the Turbofuel. That water tower stuff, I'm actually interested in trying some stuff out with that in the next one. With head lift. I'm very interested to see. That is today's episode. Let's see how many coupons we made today. 4 big ones. It's consistent. It's either 4 or 5 a day at the moment. But we're definitely, at this point, oil will have to start to be shipped in from somewhere else, trained in. We've used our oil reserves nearby. Excellent episode today, folks. It's we finished running that. Well, we got the crude oil running to those plastic refineries, and that's going to make the HOR for our turbo fuel. The plastic for those is actually going to be turned into canisters and sunk, and then we'll use them in later production lines. But for right now, we'll just canister them and sink them. And we started setting up the next building for the turbo fuel. So that'll be interesting. It's all happening. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, and night. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.